Have you ever imagined lying in bed late at night when suddenly your bedroom door swings open and a figure with an indistinct face rushes in? But what if I told you this was real? Right now, just outside your bedroom door, something is eavesdropping, waiting for the moment you fall asleep to come in, late at night. The sound of the toilet flushing echoes through the bathroom. But there's a problem. I live alone. I'm right here in bed. The sound of the flush is like thunder, sending shivers down my spine, my breath hitching in fear. There's only me in the house. How could there be noise in the bathroom? The next second, I hold my racing heart and think back. After work, I made sure the security door was tightly shut when I got home. No one could have come in without a sound and stayed for hours. I pull the covers tighter around me, trying to feel safer, while clutching my phone in my hand, ready to call for help at any moment. After the toilet flushes, the house falls silent again, with only my anxious breathing echoing around the room. The toilet is a smart electric model. Perhaps it's malfunctioning and flushing on its own. I find a reason in my heart to comfort myself while I listen intently for any movement outside the bedroom. But minutes pass and there's not a peep. I let out a slight sigh of relief. Perhaps it really is just the toilet's issue. After all, even if a thief or a burglar had come in, they wouldn't be foolish enough to use the bathroom first and flush it. Moreover, my security door is the latest model. No one could have slipped in quietly. I wait for another half hour, my eyelids growing heavy, convinced there's nothing going on. I overlooked one important thing, one I hadn't considered from a human perspective, but no one told me that only humans exist in this world. Half asleep, half awake, I seem to be back in my childhood. A familiar nursery rhyme playing in my ears. Almost every child knows this tune. Just as I'm about to hum along, the next moment I jolt awake with a start. My scalp tingles. This sound isn't in a dream. It's coming from outside the bedroom door.
Little pig, let me come in.
My fear is 100 times worse than before. I resist the urge to scream and try to stay as quiet as possible. There really is something outside. The voice is extremely strange, like a rough man speaking in a high-pitched voice or a gentle woman deliberately speaking in a low tone. It's indistinguishable, utterly bizarre. In my extreme fear, my heart feels like it's about to burst. I clutch the bedsheet with my left hand, curling myself into the covers for a bit of safety, while my right hand has already turned on my phone screen, sending messages to my family and friends to call the police and rush over as quickly as possible. But can I wait for help? It's right outside the door. I'm not a coward, but at this moment, I can only try to make no sound and pray that time will slow down.
Little pig, let me come in.
The haunting voice continues outside the door. I never thought that this nursery rhyme would be so eerie today. Will it burst in, holding a knife, grinning and lunging at my bed in a twisted posture? It's over. That's the sound of the bedroom door handle turning. My blood runs cold, like falling into a demonic abyss. Just as I'm at a loss, waiting for death, the noise outside the door suddenly stops. Both the door handle's sound and the nursery rhyme are gone. It's so quiet, as if everything that just happened was an illusion, a dream, and now I've woken up. Is this a dream? Of course not. That thing must be smirking, preparing for a more terrifying move against me. I'm sure it can come in directly, but I stopped everything, waiting. What is it brewing? I don't know. But I know that if no one comes to save me, I'll be scared to death. 1 minute, 2 minutes. Time slowly passes, and there's still no sound outside, but I don't let my guard down, waiting for rescue and considering how to fight back. In fact, I'm not sure if I have the strength and courage to fight back. In my anxiety, I suddenly hear the security door being knocked loudly. And my friend's voice comes through. Don't be afraid. I've brought people to save you. Whoever is inside, listen. We have several people here. We advise you to come out obediently and surrender yourself. This voice is like a heavenly melody. They're finally here, and they've brought quite a few people. Now I'm saved. Wait, but if I go out to open the door, I'll definitely meet the intruder first, and I'll still be in danger. How are you? Are you okay? I don't respond, struggling with whether to take a chance. The bedroom and the door are just a few steps away. If I'm fast enough, open the bedroom door, and then run to the door to let them in, I'll be completely safe. But where's the intruder now? I feel something is wrong, but I decide to take a gamble. I quietly get out of bed and quietly grip the door handle. As I turn it halfway, I suddenly think of something. At this moment, a non-gendered voice comes from outside the door.
So easy to fool. I knew you weren't asleep.
I frantically lock the bedroom door and jump back into bed. That's not a person outside at all. It's this thing's disguise and deception. It can even imitate people's voices. Fortunately, I didn't open the bedroom door. I said something was wrong. My friend's home is far from me. How could they bring people to save me so quickly? Now, I'm sure there's something outside. Not only can it break in, but it can also imitate others. But why hasn't it broken into the bedroom for so long? It should be easy to do. Thinking, I come up with two possibilities. Either it's playing cat and mouse. The purpose is to bring me extreme fear, so it hasn't acted so quickly. Or it can't get into the bedroom at all. There are many rumors about terrifying creatures, although they are strange and powerful. But there is one point. If the owner of the house doesn't agree, they can't come in, like vampires. Isn't that it? I lean against the wall, staring at the door. If it's real like I guessed, then as long as I don't agree, it can't come in. There's still a chance to survive tonight. The stalemate lasted until the early hours of the morning, and finally my mother came home with a key, accompanied by the police, and my friend rushed over in a car. Are you okay? They asked with concern. I looked at them as if through a long time, and couldn't help but cry and hug my mother. My mother comforted me, and the two policemen searched the house. But until they turned the house upside down, they didn't find anyone else besides me. We apologized to the police and sent them out one after another, and my mother decided to take me home tonight. This house can't be lived in anymore, and asked a colleague to take a day off for me at the company. On the way back, I kept telling my mother that the thing tonight really existed, and it was not human at all. My mother looked at me with heartache. Mom, of course, believes you. Don't worry. Mom will protect you. I felt a warm current in my heart. No matter how old I am, in my mother's eyes, I will always be the child who needs to be protected. It was past 1 o'clock in the morning when I got home, and my mother cleaned up the room I had lived in since I was a child and made a new quilt for me. She gently touched my hair. Rest assured to rest. Mom is here tonight. I nodded, smiling and undressing to sleep. Tonight can be called a thrilling night. My brain is still very uncomfortable until now, lying down and turning over and can't sleep. What is it outside the bedroom door? I will check it well tomorrow. Why did it find me alone? With doubts, I closed my eyes and started to think. At this time, 3 knocks. I opened my eyes. What's wrong, Mom? My mother said with a worried tone outside the door. Can you sleep? Are you afraid? Do you need Mom to accompany you? I replied with a smile. It's okay, Mom. I can sleep by myself. Knocks on the door again. Let Mom accompany you. I thought it was funny. The bedroom door was not locked. Mom could come in directly if she wanted. Wait a minute. The smile on my face suddenly froze. I didn't answer my mother this time, looking dumbly at the direction of the bedroom door. The warm atmosphere suddenly became strange, and there was silence outside the door.
Little pig, let me come in.